And hello, everybody, down by Malaysia's Sepang International Circuit. This is Alert Siri Boon Me commentating to you live right now in the house and the hot seat. Of course, we're going to have a whole slew of cars bringing down GT3, GTM, and TA2 class. And we're going to see what's going on with the map right here. Sepang International Circuit right on the digital screen for you. Circuit length 5.543 kilometers. And of course, total corners of around 15 quarters with the longest straight going for 927.543 meters. Talk about a stretch, folks. And the grandstand shot is wonderfully beautiful. Two adjectives right there. Anyway, it's kind of hot. Actually, it's really hot right now. Hope you all had your lunch and ready to go racing. It's a good day right now. No sight of precipitation at whatnot. Wow, 32.3 degrees. Woo, toasty, toasty. All right, folks, pit exit has opened up. As you can see, when the pit exit is opened up, all the cars are coming out of pit row. Yeah, flashy flash, blinkety blink. I believe that's on the TA2 machine as well. Here you see shots of the wide-bodied monsters. Earlier on, I did mention that the TA2 machines last year were doing sprint runs, 12 laps, whatnot. But this time around, of course, they are in it for the long haul. 1 hour racing right here for you folks for the TSS, GT3, GTM, and TA2 class run. Alrighty, nice and hot and dandy. Vatana Motorsports representing number 28. Of course, number 28 is up front right there. Very synonymous with Chonsawat Aswahem and Thomas ENG, who yesterday showed his skills piloting the Lambo to a victory. Be Quick team also representing the number 2, Sandy Stuvik and Sean Tong. In the number 2 machine as well, in second place on the grid. Toyota Team Thailand, who earlier on for the GTC nabbed the team winning for GTC class. And now, of course, they're going to be running for the GT3, GTM, and the TA2 class right here. A race for race number 2. As all the crew members are coming out onto the field, let me explain to you some of the BOPs that we have enforced pretty much into the game. Once again, BOP means balance of power, and basically that means that when the drivers have a different accreditation or status level, for example, a gold level or silver level or platinum or bronze, and you pair these guys up to run a 1 hour race. Obviously, there's going to be some degrees of separation, which brings some benefits and pros and cons to the race. Whereas if you pair up like 2 golds, or bronze and gold, for example, you add more like 34 seconds to their 75-second compulsory pit stop times, which tops up the BOP time for them while they're in pit row. And for example, if they do win first place, they carry on over another 12 seconds for the race that they have to carry in compulsory pit stop, or CPS. And the reason why they do this is because so that everybody's all equaled out. It's like if you're having a football game or something, or a basketball game, and you get a chance to pick out who you want to play on your side. This is just bringing it down to understandable levels for layman's terms. You don't want to have all the good guys on your side and then the guys that don't have that much experience on the other team, right? So that's, to be fair, they give the BOP issue. Instead of using balances, they use time as docking material. Anyway, here's Sutipong and Manat's car, Toyota Team Thailand. Swadee Krap! The official Thai greeting for you all right there. Swadee Krap. And Once again, for this event, we're also taking into account the time driven with a maximum speed of 60 kilometers in the pit lane from the entrance of the timing loop to the exit timing loop, and the obligatory stop for the drivers change. The minimum reference time of the compulsory pit stop will be 75 seconds. Thomas Enke and Chonsawat Aswaheim's machine here from Vatana Motorsports, the beautiful Lamborghini in nicely woven carbon fiber, by the way. Hello there. Representing Vatana at the top of the field, top of the game right there. 28, number 28. Driving for the Be Quick team, I believe the number 2 car, it will be Sandy Stuvik in the car. Should be up with Sean Tong for the switcheroo when they come out for, I believe that's for the switch of drivers. Number 19 should be next on the show with Toyota Team Thailand. Number 19, let's see if we get a shot of number 19 machine in 3rd position on the grid. While everybody's all photo happy right now, as they usually get. Oh, here's a shot crossing over, I guess. Be Quick Racing Team, number 26, Hank J. Kicks and Daniel Bilski. Together, they will be doing a flipperoo. I believe that's Mr. Hank himself, Hank J. Kicks. Bringing Be Quick to the game, as usual, for many of the classes for Thailand Super Series throughout the year. And of course, being also wonderful supporting partnerships as well. And the wonderful 57 Saran and Saravut's machine, Racing Spirit PSC Motorsports, a Lambo. Number 57, of course, sitting happy in 5th position right now for Karama Konrakmia PSC. No problema whatsoever once these cars get on going, because they're going to be gunning the engine and getting ready for the GT3 GTM TA2 race to begin for race number 2. We still got some time there. Oh, let's have some wonderful waves to the EST girls. Escola. Tanan and Mankong's Escola PTT Racing Team, number 15 machine. Tanan, Satien Tirakun. And of course, down the line from there, we'll have Toyota Team Thailand. Maybe Natavut will be coming up on the screen as well. Oh, by the way, folks, if you want to catch the live streaming in Thai, for those Thai fans out there, you can go on over to the ThailandSuperSeries.net and check out the live feed, as well as on the Facebook as well as YouTube. Here we are with Natavut. He's driving for Toyota Team Thailand. Awesome. While they're doing award ceremonies on the podium, they'll be waiting for Thailand Super Series to commence. GT3, GTM, and TA2 race number 2. Team Fadilo and Storkinson for EDMB Quick Racing Team. Both the drivers are outside the car there. Having some chill time, obviously. You gotta strap in and, I guess, relax, because you don't want to gun it out on the first 15 minutes of the race and then sweat it out on the other 45 minutes or so. Number 61, Arrow Racing, Adrian Henry da Silva. Hello there. Single driver, Adrian Henry da Silva. Taking a sip of that drink. Got to cool down as much as possible for Arrows Racing. By the way, he's going to be driving the GTM class, number 61. A total of 14 nationalities driving on our racing right here. Number 38, Toyota Team Thailand. Not Pong. Hong Kam. Also driving for GTM right there. And he'll be sitting pretty down by the 10th position, almost in the middle of the row. Because the middle of the row would go to Sutilak Bunjaran, who is driving for True Vision Motorsports. Korama Kodrakmia. I believe that is him. Yes, sirree. Sutilak Bunjaran. Sawadee krap. Racing for True Vision Motorsports. He is dabbed in the middle because 11 times 2 is 22. We got 22 cars on the grid right here. In the back row, you'll actually see a whole load of back ends for the TA2 monsters. And they'll be racing for 1 full hour. And they've already proven it in race number 1 that they can do it. There's the Antares and John Curran crew. EDM Be Quick Racing Team number 11. Sawadee krap. Whoa. Nice to see the Thai traditional Y. To greet the Thai fans out there and, of course, the global audience that is watching us around the world. 5-minute board is up and getting ready for all the crew members and mechanics to clear the way. A big wave out to Michelin tires right there, the mascot of choice. Oh, a shot here. AF Racing. Amara Fragrance, by the way. Love that hat. Oh, see a shot of Paul right there as well. Mr. Abbott. Friendly guy, by the way. If you see his face on the track somewhere, there's always a friendly guy to see. And, of course, as we're clearing the way, camera work is also clearing the track as well. That's why you see some hasty shots getting away. There's a lot of crew members on the track because there's 22 cars. Count it up, folks. And you can see the temperatures on... You can actually do a temperature reading on the faces of these guys coming off the track. Everybody's like, oh, man, it's oh so hot. Well, imagine if it's so hot for you just walking on the field with the breeze in your face. Can you imagine how hot it is for the guys inside the car? And they're also outfitted with the helmet and the Nomex and the gloves, the whole shebang. So basically, yeah, they have it easy. I mean, the guys walking on the field. And you see there's a gap between the TA2 and GTM class. If you see that there's a sort of a gap, like a 5 car lengths or something. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 car lengths away. I'm counting the grid drawing right there, the outline. That's how I know it's 4 car lengths away. They placed the TA2 away from the GTM, so when they started off, they have some ample space for a clean start, and of course, so that they won't have to have any touches or minor collisions or whatnot. And the field is on standby as we're about to get ready for GT3, GTM, and TA2 race number 2 of the season for Thailand Super Series 2019. This is Lord Siri Boon Me commentating for you live in English. 1 minute left to go. You know what that means, folks? We're ready to start our engines. I can hear the rumbling, folks. Yep. You know, if you sit really close to a TA2 Monster or a Lamborghini and it starts it up like that, you can sort of massage your muscles. It's that sensitive. It's brute. What can I say? Look at the heat wave coming off the tarmac, and of course, especially over the cars themselves as the engines are started up. The whiff of petrol from the back end of all those cars. Some might find it addictive. Alrighty. About to warm up those tires. And like I said, for the first few laps, they're going to be taking it easy. And that's why nobody can surpass the safety car Some of the techniques used to warm up these tires include weaving, includes hard turning into the corners, includes late braking, and includes spins of the wheel. However, they do want to keep into account that you don't want to wear too much of your tires. Because if you do wear your tires out, you won't last long for the whole entire race, would you? The lineup right there. As you can see, row 2, Sutipong and Hanks. Number 5 machine. Hey, 5th place, 57 machine up against 15. Nathavut up against, I believe, Storgensen. Adrian Henry De Silva up against Napong. Sutilak Buncharan in 11th up against Antares and John Curran's team. And the 29 in the 13th row, 13th place there. And we have Prince Abdul and also Prince Abu in the shot as well. Corliss and Manuel in the TA machines in 17th position up against Grant in 18th. Sam Udalmas driving solo in 19th place up against Freeman's. Rafael Galeana, 21. Last but not least, Narin and I believe Sadapon. Sadapon is actually in the Stahapon is in the car right now. So some of these teams have, of course, are using a single driver setup, and most actually are using a dual driver setup. Alrighty, nice and clean and easy. And everybody's trying to weave their way through to the warm-up lap. Giving way, making sure not to surpass the safety car at all, because if you do, that's a big no-no. You can actually get penalized for that. Listen to the rip-roaring action, and it sounds like they're on idle, but they're not. Some are actually warming up their fluids as well. So aside from the tires, of course, the warm-up lap also gets the engine in perfect mode, sort of like warming up their fluids, sort of like a stretch, you know, when you exercise. Limber up, so to speak. We're going to limber up a lot for race 2 coming in for 1 hour full of racing. Track conditions look green, as you can see on the side. Track officials are waving the green flag in the air. And that means it's going to be a go pretty much soon. Mercedes-Benz has flipped off the blinkety-blink on top of the car, which means they're about to put it back into pits. And there goes the safety car with the signage coming around the last bend up to the starting line. Get ready for race 2 to begin for Thailand Super Series. GT3, GTM, and TA2 awaiting the green light. Blink, blink, blink. Red light is off, and it is now race time, folks. Lamborghini in contention. Vatana Motorsports on the top. All 4. Oh, it's going to be 3 abreast. Who's going to take the inner lane? Looks like Lambo swipes it just in the nick of time. Unbelievable. Vatana Motorsports, number 28, just cuts across. We have a perfect taken right there by Thomas Enge. That's going to definitely make the highlight. You couldn't tell at the beginning who was going to come out first for that turn 1. But it was clear that, yeah, Vatana Motorsports, Thomas Enge, took the lead. Nice and clean. As for the rest of the field, I believe I see Saran as well, going for a triple abreast across. There's a shot of the turn 1 and looped the S corner down by Sepang, down the hill. Check it out, check it out. Toyota machine making its way. Number 39, Natavut, running. Meanwhile, Manat right behind Lambo, Thomas Enge, I believe in second position. Side-by-side action on some Porsche right there. 78 True Vision Motorsports, Sutilak Bunjaran. Got to be careful. Don't want to go touching on the sides right there. Might lose a wing mirror, whatnot. Here, Toyota team focused not only in the car, but also down by pit row. Of course, these cars also have communique with the radio guys, telling them where to pick up the pace and whatnot. Here's a shot of some TA2 monsters, by the way. Trailing behind in the back. The thing you got to know with TA2 is obviously their body width. It's kind of wide, and of course they seem to be carrying a hefty load there. So when they go into corners with a fuel tank that is full, you know that there might be some slip and slide action in the beginning of the race. And if they can pass the middle point of the race without any incident, then they're pretty much home free. Just like yesterday's race, did a pretty good job. Very impressed. TA2 performing wonderfully, by the way. GT3 machine, Racing Spirit, Konrakmia Saran has dropped down to 16th position. I wonder what's going on with number 57. In the meantime, who is leading the way right now? Thomas Enke from Vatana Motorsports in first position for GT3 and also overall, while Toyota Team Thailand, Manat Gulapalanon is in second position in the number 19. A little bit of a pass and go right there. Be Quick Racing Machine, Sandy Stuvik in third position, looking for some action with the number 19 right behind. So there's a drop in position right there. Stuvik just had passed Manat. There should be some change on the digital readout right there. But what my eyes are not lying to me right now is the Audi Be Quick machine is now in second position. These cars are moving around pretty quick. Here's number 57. Oh, got past there. Tech Pro TA2 machine. Swipes it right in front, closes the door on the PSC machine. '29 Monster Tech Pro Idemitsu Racing, Jalen Robotan. Robotan, by the way, yesterday received a Charger award within the TA2 committee. Of course, they deemed him as one of the guys that pretty much charged up from the back end so many positions that he got an award. So maybe looking on to Jalen Robotan, who is in 29 machine TA2, see if he could do that same act again. And you see two Toyotas sort of doubling up the action here. Let them simmer down for a bit. Going through turn one. At this time, they're pretty much trying to relax a bit and keep the pace going constant. Of course, with 1 hour racing, you don't want to wear out your stamina and then make your last attempt and suddenly fall right through because you just ran out of will or energy. It's got to pace itself. By the way, staff member just said CPS window will now be open at 3:08, exactly to the dot, 37 seconds. Here's a shot of Natavut right here, 39, being chased. The 26 right there, not letting go of Natavut in front. Daniel Bilski in the Be Quick Racing team, chasing away the Toyota Team Thailand machine by Natavut in the 39, sixth position overall. Toyota Team Thailand driving there gets third position in the GTM class, by the way, while Escola PTT Racing Team Tanat, the Intirakun, takes first right now, currently for GTM, fourth overall. So anyway, while we're getting going racing here, it's still hot as can be. You got to roll with it, folks. You got to roll with it. These guys are rolling around pretty fast around Sepang International Circuit. Guys got 53.24 seconds. 53 minutes, by the way, left to go. That's a heck of a load of time. And by the way, where is Vatana Motorsports head honcho, 28? Nowhere to be seen. He's bang zoomed to the moon. Gone, so to speak. In first place, not even in the shot. All eyes are on Stuvik. And of course, Manat. Oh, there we see a little bit of a 180. Probably a highlight coming up. Number 55 machine does a turnaround and gets going. No problemo. Innovation Be Quick Racing. Yongbun. He's going to have to pick up the pace. Here's an action replay for you. Whoa, look at the tear on the left. Front fender, Iden Mitsu. TA2, then slippity slides out. Looks like there was a contact incident, which ended with Yongbun turning it around 180. Meanwhile, Maxime Juse from the TA2 machine, 111 AF Racing, is still in the lead for numero uno for TA2, number 1. The two Toyotas are tag teaming each other right now. Natavut later on would probably switch out for Kawamura Naoki, who is probably sitting and ready in the pits, which will be opened once again at 3:08 p.m. And once the CPS window is open, compulsory pit stop. That means all these drivers have to bring their car in. No questions about it. Well, they're almost going to go side by side here. Some Toyota challenges. Meanwhile, Vatana Motorsports still in the lead. GT3 machine, number 28, Thomas Enge, saying bye-bye to the rest of the field and probably going to go for a gap of 4 laps. What? Is he that fast? Let's check out how fast he goes. No wonder Vatana Motorsports Thomas Enge does a 2:07 on the last lap. Meanwhile, everybody else is in the 2:09 range. At best for Be Quick Racing Team Sandy Stuvik, while Toyota Team Thailand Manat is doing a 2:10. That would explain the lap differences between Thomas Enge's Vatana Motorsports Lamborghini, the Raging Bull. Finally, we see a shot of number 97, Johor Motorsports, the Prince himself, Prince Abu Bakar. He's lapping around at 220, by the way, 220.667. And racing for TA2's Johor Motorsports in the number 97 machine. A shot at the Lamborghini. 63 spins out and goes out to the gravel. PT Maxitron, number 63. Probably going to be dropping down. PT Maxitron Silapa Tirat Niti. His time earlier on was tracking around at 219.378, by the way. But now he's going to be losing a lot of battlegrounds right here before bringing it into the pits. All right, let's check out. Chonsawat Asawahem and Enge's car, which is the Lamborghini Vatana Motorsports. That team must be smiling in the pits no matter what. With Chonsawat Asawahem probably waiting to get into the cockpit of the Lamborghini. Meanwhile, 57 just surpassed 78 on the straightaway. We'll probably get a cutaway of that later on. 57. Lambo. Racing Spirit. Honrak Mia. 63 about to be pushed off. Looks like it's going to be a hard task because it's not moving. But like I said, Saran for 57 does a wonderful job passing the True Vision Motorsports Sutilak Bunjaran, by the way. They are in different classes, so it's not a surprise, actually. Dropping down to 12th position, number 78 is going to be running around the track at around 2:17.543. Everybody's trying to beat their own times, but nobody can beat Vatana Motorsports Thomas Enge's time at 2:07. That's blistering fast. Sean Tong just actually did a 2:08.919 around 5.5 kilometers right here in Sepang, Malaysia, for the Be Quick Racing team in the number 2 car. It's not a coincidence he's in second place, though. But Manat Kulapalanon in third for the Toyota Team Thailand. Earlier on in the GTC races, we saw that he had pushed to the top. And now, GT3, let's see what he does for the Toyota Team Thailand. Now, looks like the safety car is going to be coming out. No doubt about it. Must be from that incident where the TA2 machine is stuck in the gravel. PT Maxitron Motorsports, I believe 63 needs some assistance. Because as you can see, when you get the staff members out down there to try to push the car and it won't budge, well, that's when you bring out the hauler. Number 88, looks like something took a chomp out of that front end, or maybe he took a chomp out of somebody's rear end. Who knows? Probably end up in the replay. But that thing is getting plenty of air. They're going to have to really fix that bumper up. They're going to need more than some compound and polish to fix that thing. That thing is dragging. Number 88, Paul Manuel, Tech Pro Eden Mitsu Racing, currently doing 17th overall, but 5th in the TA2 class. And look at the structure on the inside of a TA2 machine. It's pretty much a roll cage setup, tube frames, whatnot. And you can see the thickness of the tires as well. But yeah, that's going to create a lot of drag, aerodynamic drag, and they need to fix that as soon as possible when coming into pits, either coming up with some heavy-duty duct tape and whatnot. So the PT Maxitron Motorsports, Silapa, is now on the hauler and taken out of the game by a flatbed. Everybody's behind safety car now. Nobody can pass. And this is where a fresh breath of air for Sean Tong comes into play for Be Quick Racing Team. You see, after the safety car comes out, it sort of equalizes the game. Everybody can sort of slow down because, you know, you can't pass the safety car. That means everybody gets bunched up to the front just once again. Vatana Motorsports' gain on the battlefield right here in Sepang International Circuit was just cut down just a bit. All right, let's see the replay of the startup. As you can see, that we're going to try to go for 3 abreast, maybe even 4 on the side. You see the Porsche coming out from the S-Cola, but then Vatana Motorsports edges it out with Thomas Enge right on turn 1 on the precipice of Apex. And that pretty much sealed the deal for Vatana Motorsports to get a 6-lap gap and lead the way for the rest of the track with a best time of 2:06.545. Be Quick Racing Team, Sean Tong in the back in second position in the Audi. And Toyota Team Thailand, Manat Kulapanon in third position with a gap time of 1. Well, right now it's 1 because everybody's trailing behind safety car. Sean Tong right behind, obviously by 0.4 seconds. It'll be interesting to see what happens when safety car goes back into pits, by the way, and then the race sort of restarts itself all over again, and see how much Thomas Enge can press that pedal, maybe even through the floor. Give another run for the run for the money thing up against Be Quick Racing Team Sean Tong and spread that gap. But I'm sure Manat is going to be aiming for the Be Quick rear bumper. The number 19 and 2. Number 88, Lollipop guy. That's the guy that holds the lollipop signal. We call it the lollipop because, well, it does look like a lollipop. By the way, if you want to know, safety car speed is set as 80 kilometers per hour. So these cars are not zipping around the track, by the way. Oh, by the way, we now have 88 coming back into pits. You saw that Manuel's driving. And, of course, Craig Corliss probably eagerly wanting to know if they can fix up that front gash, or what you can call of a bumper. Well, these cars are pretty much easy to fix, low maintenance. I was told by Craig Corliss that if you want to bring easy to service and cost-effective, cost-friendly racing to the game of TSS or Thailand Super Series, TA2 is one of the best forums out there, best standards to go by. All right, folks, safety car lights will be out in this lap. Wow, it looks like some heat is going up there. Is that 63? Yes, it is. 63 PT Maxitron Motorsports earlier on was hauled off of the track onto the flatbed, and now we're seeing some smoke. Nice deep perspective for the eagerly crew members in pit row. PT Maxitron Motorsports looks like to be in trouble with the TA2 machine in number 63 for Silapa, while the rest of the field gets equalized. Safety car lights are now off. Remember, folks, we will be having a CPS pretty shortly, and let's see if Thomas Enge can spread that lead as much as possible. Sean Tong right behind. Manat as well in third position. Escola Tanaz, Tiantinercode in fourth. EBMB Quick Racing Team, Ahmad F. Alam in fifth. Hank J. Kicks, head honcho over at B Quick Racing Team in sixth. Toyota Team Thailand, Natavut, Honongkam in seven. My bad, 38, Napong Honongkam in seventh position. Natavut, Toyota Team Thailand in eighth. Green, 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 folks. We're back to racing mode as they cross the starting line over there and head on over to turn one. Let's see Sean Tong play catch up to the lead. Thomas Enge. I'm sure once the gap spreads between Vatana Motorsports, Thomas Enge, and Be Quick Racing Team, Sean Tong goes further and further. It will then turn into a battle for Sean Tong and Manat from the Toyota Team Thailand to make a go for it for the GT3 class. But so far, GT3 leaderboards will be Thomas Enge, Sean Tong, and Manat in 1, 2, 3 succession. Meanwhile, Tanata Tiantirakun, first place so far in GTM class, but fourth overall. Second for the GTM would be Ahmad F. Alam, driving for the EBM Be Quick Racing Team. And let's see, third for GTM would be Toyota Team Thailand, Nat Pong Hot Hong Kam for Toyota Team Thailand. Incident between car number 88 and 97 will be under investigation as reported by officials. We'll wait for that decision to come later on. Checking out for TA2 Racing, AF Racing, still in lead for Maxime Juicy. Totally in first position with the 111 car, 111. Meanwhile, Innovation Be Quick Racing, Don Pastor, who hails from Philippines, by the way, is in second position for the TA2 class. And Jalen Robotam, who earlier on was the Charger yesterday's race, he's racing for Tech Pro Eden Mitsu Racing, by the way, for TA2 class, is in third position for TA2. Rafael Galeana in fourth position for TA2 as well. And that's at the back of the field. Moving on up, Racing Spirit Koroma Konrak Mia Saran is moving up from 11th to 10th position, as well as everybody else, by the way. True Vision Motorsports, Sutilak Bunjaran is now in 11th in the 78 machine. The Est Cola PTT Racing Team Tanat Satien Tirakun first for GTM in the 15 machine. There you see it in the Porsche. Nice bright livery, and on the back there you sort of see a yin and yang color there going on. Ooh, going a little bit wide there. A 12 machine EBM Be Quick Racing Team, Ahmad F. Alam, driving furiously right behind him, taking in a more conservative driving line as compared to the S Cola PTT Racing Team Tanat Satien Tirakun. Well, you can hear the rip-roaring action from the boxers out there on the back of the Porsche. Of course, with Be Quick cheering their way as well and hoping, not just for the Porsche, but also for the Be Quick Racing Team, Sean Tong, in second position. Currently, in the there is a drive-through penalty for the incident at turn 2 for number 88, as the officials has reported as of now. Just coming in at the moment. And there's already 36.5 minutes left to go on the timer. I can't believe we almost went through half of the race already with 6 minutes left to go for half. And now we've got 1 minute left to go for our CPS or pit open. Just when you see a drive-through penalty go through number 88 for the incident at turn 2, which most likely ended up with the gash in his front bumper and fender right there. Watanabe Motorsports, Thomas Enge already completed 10 laps with a good last lap of 2:07. A shy bit off his best lap, doing a 2:06.545. Thomas Enge driving through, looking for first position. And defending up against Be Quick Racing Team, Sean Tong, who does a 2:10. They're like 2.8 seconds behind in lap times. Meanwhile, a shot of arrows, I hope we get to see once in a while. Adrian Henry da Silva is down by 9th position. The number 61 is 5th position in GTM class. In front, trying to claw up at Natavut, who is driving for Toyota Team Thailand, GTM class number 39. 4th in the position for GTM. CPS window is now open. Okay, folks. Now with the pit window open, once again, I'd like to reiterate that you have to go in. That's why it's called compulsory, mandatory. And you can't come in like a lightning rod or anything. You have to, observe the speed limits within the pit row as well. You don't want to speed on in and cause a havoc with a security reason, safety reason. Some of the drivers are going, while some are still on track. Thomas Enge still going for Watanabe Motorsports. A shot right here at number 28. I took a look at this car up close and personal. It's not flat black. No, sir. It's like all carbon. Dry carbon. Sean Tong in the shot, already gone out. It was a quick exit, by the way, Be Quick Racing Team. They're known for their fast service and speedy service on and off track. 57 Monster comes in. I love the fin on the back, by the way. It provides a lot more stability. Racing Spirit, Konrak Mia. Koroma Konrak Mia. Saran. Seri. '57 smack dab in the middle of the row for the grid, for the entire grid. And we got some passing over to chill out with some cool water. Sutilak Buntaran, True Vision Motorsports. Looks like Thomas Enge is trying to spread that lead as much as possible, making the most use of that CPS, compulsory pit stop. Gonna make it much harder for the Be Quick Racing Team to play catch up, but you never know. But when he does come into the pits, you know it's going to be Chonsawat Asawahem who's going to be next into the seat, right? Now, as you can see, you cannot leave the pits until the time is complete for your stoppage for the BOP. You get time allocated because of the status of each driver and the level. Like, for example, the gold or the silver or the platinum and the bronze. As mentioned earlier on, they get time attached to each level. And we see number 12 switching over to the left, switching over to the right, trying to psych out the other Porsche here. 15, Escola PTT Racing, Tanat, Tientirakun up against Ahmad Efalam. Are these guys are still duking it out. Pit window will be closed. The CP window will be closed pretty shortly. And it looks like they'll close it at 3:18. So these two guys for EBM and Escola will need to do a pit pretty soon. There's a number 55. TA2 Mustang rolling on in. Innovation Be Quick Racing. Yongbun, who is 11th overall. And Yongbun is doing 5th in his class for TA2, by the way. Maxime Juse still in the lead for TA2 class. Class leading. And number 11, driving into pits, EBM Be Quick Racing Team, Antares, who is in 5th of his class, GTM. Here's a shot of the replay for you. 2x2, Porsche doing a little bit squiggly. S not sure which way to go. Can't believe how much munching of the mulches Be Quick machine in the back had to go through right there. Ahmad F. Alam currently in 4th position, now climbing up the charts pretty quickly. Tanat Tientirakun in 3rd position. Wow, it looks like that gash is not going to be fixed pretty shortly. I believe that's the bow tie of the Chevy Camaro TA2. The number 2, Be Quick Racing Team, Sandy Stuvik, is down in 18th position. Trying to pass over number 19, or lap it, I guess. Toyota Team Thailand, Manat. You can sort of hear the gear changes while they're coming down to hard braking. You can hear the whining noise. 39 machine gets a driver change. Toyota Team Thailand. Earlier on it was Natavut. Now it's, I guess, Naoki. And looks like car 11 will receive a 10-second penalty for a breach of the pit exit blend line. Car number 11. EBM Be Quick Racing Team Antares blended the line right there for the pit exit. Here's a replay of a pass for you. Number 19 gets passed by number 2. 19 Toyota Team Thailand, Manat. The number 2 driver, Sandy Stuvik, in the Be Quick Racing Team, had to say bye-bye. Pit window still open. There's some time to mosey on over in, but it's going to be closing pretty shortly. Once again, car number 11 will receive a 10-second penalty for a breach of pit exit bloodline. Finally, we see Thomas Enge, 28, from Vatana Motorsports, make it back into the pits. And I was mentioning earlier on that, you know, you either come in now or never. And it looks like Escola PTT Racing from Tanat and also EBM Be Quick Racing Team, Ahmad, F. Alam, also decides to pull into the pits as well before it closes CPS. And so they will not be in the lead as much now. They'll be in the pits so far, giving way to the other drivers who had already exited to make their way up in position. Tanat goes bye-bye out of the Escola PTT Racing Team. It's now up on all fours, hydraulic jacks and all. Technology does make a great advancement when you're changing tires. Wish I had one of those in my street car. Vatana Motorsports, Thomas Enge should be out of the car right now for the number 28. Meanwhile, number 2 is going around the track. Be Quick Racing Team climbing up the charts. Sandy Stuvik. He knows that everybody else is in the pit row. And this is his time to quickly climb up to at least the top 6 position. Well, 1 minute left to the pit window to close down. That's just good timing. Here's the number 111. As you know, 111 was ready for AF Racing. Gregory Bennett. And no siree Bob, he will not be wearing a cowboy hat while driving this car, which he usually does when he's outside of the car. Representing AmeriFragrance, AF Racing. Gregory Bennett is now in 12th position, just coming out of pits. Dropping down to 13 now, actually. For the TA2 class, he is in 3rd. Meanwhile, Tech Pro, Idemitsu Racing, both of them, Jalen Robotom, wow, he's in 1st position for TA2. Looks like his name as a Charger has lived up to expect. Tech Pro Idemitsu Racing, Rafael Galeana in 2nd place for TA2 Racing, 6th overall. Supposedly he's still in the pit row though. Chonsavat Asawahe makes it back out on the out lap. Number 28 looks like still leading the way for Vatana Motorsports. 111 had spun out, looks like. Let's check out the replay. 111 for AF Racing, way back in there. I think it was like an oversteer effect. You still got to be careful. Once you change the new tires, they got to warm up. Or actually, not new tires, but I mean, like when you cool the tires down just a bit, or have a new driver in. That's what I should say. And you go back into the game, and your adrenaline is rushing. Gotta take it easy for the first lap. Assuming that you change drivers. So now, Tech Pro Idemitsu Racing, Jalen Robotam, not only is he number 1 for TA2, he's also number 1 overall. Number 29. Currently now in pits, though. 28. Watanabe Motorsports, Chonsubat Asawahim, currently down a notch in 4th position for the GT3. He is in 3rd place. Daniel Bilski is the one in 1st position for GT3 and is currently in 2nd position. Moving on up for the Be Quick Racing team. 29, changing out for Merced. Or not. What's going on with 29 right there? Tech Pro Idemitsu Racing in the pit stop. Jalen Robotam. Some removal of the window net there. Not sure if it doesn't look like Chonsubat Asawahim is gunning the engine that much. I mean, it seems like he's more reserved. And I think that is a very smart move for Chonsubat Asawahim, considering that he had just changed into Watanabe Motorsports car right there. Number 35, moving on up. AF Racing, Sam Udal Mas in 17th position, 6 on the TA2, but 17 overall. Sam is doing a round of 2 minutes and 22 seconds around Sepang, Malaysia, the 5.5 kilometer run, 15 turns. You can sort of see the difference between the TA2 and the Lamborghini GT3 there. When you come out of a turn and you exit, you see the TA2 sort of squirrel its way out, sort of an oversteer, whereas the 28 machine is planted. Chonsubat Asawahim on the inside line passing before we cut on over to the Be Quick racing up against the shredded TA2 in the back. Daniel Bilski should now be piloting and driving Be Quick Racing Team all the way up front in 1st position, and for the GT3 also in position number 1. Saran will be Racing Spirits Koroma Konrakmia PSC driver in 2nd position for the GT3, number 57. Then you've got Chonsubat Asawahim in 3rd in the number 28. Chonsubat Asawahim earlier on did a good time of 2:06.545. That time has now dropped down to 2:14.509. Porsches seem to like going out wide. Let's check out the Be Quick shot right here. 26, Be Quick Racing Team, Daniel Bilski in the nice yellow livery right there. Already done 16 laps, good times right now. 2:11 was his best run. Saran also does a good time of 2:11 for his best run. So they're neck and neck in terms of lap times around Sepang, Malaysia. There's a gap difference of around 4.609 seconds. The 57 machine. The livery looks like a Gundam. I don't know if you know what Gundam is, but it's sort of like inspired by a Japanese caricature or a model. I think that's awesome. Racing Spirit, Koroma Kodrakmia, PSC 57. Number 97, dragging a bit of the rear end open right there. Johar Motorsports. However, Johar Motorsports is doing a pretty good job for the TA2 class, as Prince Abdul Rahman is actually in first position for TA2, which is good news for him. Gregory Bennett drops the ball, coming down to TA2 in second position now, but 12 overall in the 111. Earlier on, you did see him squirrel out just a bit out of a turn. And third for TA2 would happen to be Gabby Della Merced. In third position for Tech Pro Idemitsu Racing for TA2. Meanwhile, the two Toyotas, there you see it in the shot. Toyota Team Thailand, different classes, GT3 and GTM class. GT3 going to 19, Sudipong. And 38 goes to GTM, Supong. Looks like car 29 gets a stop and go penalty of 40 seconds. We have a pit and stop, and then you can go again for number 29 for the stop and go penalty. 40 seconds, that's a lot of penalty there. 29 from Tech Pro, Idemitsu Racing, Gabby Della Merced. Man, I was just saying that name earlier on. Looks like get a stop and go for 40 seconds. Daniel Bilski still holding the game on in first position. And the two orange TA2s ganging up against the 11 car EBM Racing, Be Quick Racing Team, Antares in the GTM class in 16th position. Rafael Galeana in TA2, 4th in TA2, by the way, and 15th overall. Number 13, Rafael. And the Porsche tries to come up for a little bite. Not enough momentum to nudge on over. Gabby's got to play a defense game. Gabby Della Merced for Tech Pro Idemitsu Racing. Trying to fend off Antares. And a spin right there. Wasn't sure what happened. Wasn't time to turn yet. Maybe started to tap on the brakes, get a little bit of a lock, most likely. Was able to spin it around. Tech Pro Idemitsu Racing, Gabby Della Merced. Looks like getting a little bit of touchy on the brake pedals there. I don't see any other reason why Gabby would have spun out like that, other than touching the brakes and pretty much locking it up on the left, or the right, actually, I should say. A shot of Johor Motorsports, Prince Abdul Rahman flapping in the back as the bumper has been starting to deteriorate. The number 26 machine right here up against Roboton and Merced. Number 29, of course, trying to make it back here. Tech Pro, Idemitsu, Gabby. Well, Daniel Bilski passes through for first place right now. Earlier on, Hank J. Kicks was piloting this car for Be Quick. And now handed over to Daniel. The times for Daniel Bilski and Saran, very similar, and for their best times. Also on their last lap was very similar as well. 2:13, by the way. Number 57 right here, the shot from Racing Spirit, Saran, in the Gundam-inspired Lambo. Trying to drive with precision like a robot. Maybe that's what the Gundam livery was for, to provide a precision driving line. Racing Spirit. But he still has a long way to go before catching up to Daniel Bilski for the Be Quick Racing Team. You saw earlier in the shot right there, they're trailing behind by 8 cars. And now, here we go. 55. Shot right through the blur. Innovation Be Quick Racing Team, Michael Freeman. It's nice to see Michael drive the TA2 monster. Currently down by 6th position on the TA2 class, but 18 overall, but moved up from 19. So that's some inspiration. Steve Fitzsimmons drops down to 19. Also from Innovation Be Quick Racing on the TA2 class in the number 4. All eyes are on the 28 right now. Earlier on, you saw Chonswat Asavahem was in first position, then slowly dropped down to 3rd. I'm wondering if, oh, a little spin here too. Number 26, I believe. 261. Innovation Be Quick Racing, Narin. Every time I see Narin on the track, I always see the spin. I gotta say though, these cars are a handful to handle actually. And the way Narin drives is he likes to oversteer just a wee bit. And sooner or later, with the tires giving out, that's going to lead to a spin, and eventually that happens. I mean, it's like every race I see Narin, and there's always a spin out. Well, he's going to have to find a way to improvise his driving style for a while. There you see a little bit of a squiggly there, as just a small reminder for Narin as to how to not overpower out of a corner. Be Quick Racing Team, Daniel Bilski still in the lead, folks. Already completed 20 laps with 11 minutes left to go. For the Thailand Super Series GT3 GTM TA2 class, race number 2, down by Sepang International Circuit. I'd like to take this moment to also say thanks to Toyota Motors Thailand, TRD Thailand, as well as Sing Corporation and Be Quick. Also Apollo Oil Thai. And Eden Mitsu as well for their wonderful motor oil. True Vision Group as well as Siam Michelin and Wang Prom Trading. Also for the supercars, they're running ETS Racing Fuel using a RON of 102. That's pretty much what these supercars really need to drink these days. PTT, gotta mention them, as well as JS Asia Beverage, Bird's Nest. Okay, folks, looks like there's a black flag event for car number 29. 29 leading by the roster of Tech Pro Idemitsu Racing, Gabby Della Merced. Gets a black flag. Before I just was mentioning other sponsors such as Semitivate Hospital from Sirachai and also Siam Sports Syndicate and Racing Box Limited. I gotta also give a shout out to RAAT for being a wonderful partnership, as well as Sansuk Municipality and Chonburi. Tourism and Sports Authority of Thailand as well. All right, I wonder what was causing the lockup on the wheel. We're on the straightaway with the front gash on the Chevy Camaro TA2 number 88. Earlier on, just now in the middle of the track, he locked up the wheel. Wasn't sure why that was happening, but you did see a puff of white smoke coming off the TA2 there. Usually you see that before going into a corner on the late braking, but not on a straightaway. There's probably running into issues there. Here's a shot of Johor Racing, Johor Motorsports, by the way. Prince Abdul Rahman driving around in number 1 position for TA2. Yesterday, you did see Johor Motorsports represented on the podium for race number 1 of his TA2 run here in Sepang. And if he keeps his pace up, you'll see another Royal on the podium once again for Thailand Super Series 2019. The number 26 moves on over. Daniel Bilski making a pass at Johor Motorsports. Be Quick Racing pushing on over. And here is, I believe, Narin. 261, Innovation Be Quick Racing. I guess he's the only guy that uses the Challenger body style for the TA2 class. I don't know. It might be his preference that he likes the Challenger, but look at every turn that he goes through. He looks like he's doing an oversteer. I'm not sure if it's because the body length of the Challenger seems to be a little bit longer than every other body style for the TA2 class. Like, for example, the Mustang and the Camaro might not be as long. I don't know. That might attribute to the oversteer. Anyway, first in the position, Daniel Bilski, driving for Be Quick Racing Team, the number 26, still going strong. Camera's looking for something right now. I guess looking for the Toyotas. We haven't seen them for a while, but they are running number 39 and 19 together. Naoki Kawamura and Suripongs in position number 10 and 11 on the track overall. 261 gets a stop-and-go penalty from Narin Neosaton, but looks like Toyota's in trouble as well. What is going on? I just mentioned them right now. Number 38 seems to be going. 39 seems to be. 39 still growing strong. Toyota Team Thailand. Naoki Kawamura. It looks like the problem goes with Suripong. Suripong coming to a grueling halt there in the GT3 class. Camera's probably looking out for that car. As you know, when you do slow down, you want to stick off to the right side. And it's not raining or anything, but number 4 does have the wipers on. Innovation Be Quick Racing, Steve Fitzsimmons. I'm not sure if he's trying to brush off some bugs or not, but it's definitely not raining. Number 35. Good in the race right there. Black flag to number 29. And then 261 to receive 11 stop and go penalty. Chonsawat Asawahim drops down to 4th position. Sandy Stuvik goes up to 3rd. Meanwhile, 38 gets up on the Jackson Hydraulics in. 38, of course, by 39 by the Toyota. First in class for GT3, Be Quick Racing Team, Daniel Bilski, number 26. Second is Saran Racing Spirit. GT3, 57 machine in 2nd place. Be Quick Racing Team for number 2, Sandy Stuvik in 3rd position. Chonsawat Asamahem in 4th overall from Vatana Motorsports. Those top 4 drivers right now are running for GT3 classes. Meanwhile, we have a slew of GTM class drivers. Leading the way for GTM, by the way, is Man Kong Satien Tirakun in the Escola PTT Racing Team. And the number 15. There you see it. Running up first. Meanwhile, GTM class Sutilak Buncharan from True Vision Motorsports, and number 78 is running 2nd place, only having Arrows Racing, Adrian Henry da Silva in third for GTM. First for TA2 goes right now so far for Johor Motorsports for the Prince himself, Abdul Rahman. And Gregory Bennett still in second place for TA2. Holding in there for the 111 car from AF Racing. AF Racing Sam Udal Mas now moving up a step to 13th position, but third for TA2 class. And Tech Pro Idemitsu Racing from Rafael Galeana is in fourth position for TA2 in the number 13. Toyota number 19 spins out into the gravel, losing ground. The GT3 machine, driven by Suripong, spins out. Hopefully we'll see a replay or highlight of that as to what had happened. But it was the number 19 that spun out. Meanwhile, 38 is still in pits. Toyota Team Thailand jacked it up on hydraulics and was out of there. Lickety split. Probably fixed up any problem they had for the GTM class. 38, Supong. 261, oh no. Narin, Nelson. TA2, Monster. Most likely spun out. Judging by the way he in the past he's been going pretty wide. I didn't actually see it yet, but I'm having a hunch that he went oversteer into the gravel. And the only way to prove that my hunch was correct is to see the highlight of that for 261, Innovation Be Quick. Now we're coming down for the last lap. Last lap. What I say, folks, you want to keep your stamina going all the way to the end, at least, complete the race. And that's what number 38 is trying to do. Make it to the end. That's what counts. You finish the race. At the end of the day, that's the only thing that counts. Meanwhile, Daniel Bilski, all eyes on him. Be Quick Racing Team coming in for the win for the checkered flag. Right behind him, Saran in number 57. Trailing behind in the GT3 and also Be Quick Racing Team. Another buddy, Sandy Stuvik, in the GT3 machine in the number 2 in third place. If this keeps going, folks, man, Be Quick's going to have a heck of a party. Vatara Motorsports, Chonsawat Asamahem, closely behind in fourth position. Still holding on, trying to make it up the ladder for the GT3 classes. After which we'll have the lead for GTM, Escola PTT Racing Team, Man Kong taking the lead. Second will be Sutilak Buncharan in second position for GTM class, number 78. And third for GTM would be 61 Arrows Racing, Adrian Henry da Silva. Time is now up, folks. And let's see them cross the line and solidify the win for race 2 of GT3, GTM, and TA2 for Thailand Super Series right here in Sepang International Circuit. Coming around the bend, Daniel Bilski, most likely smiling, as well as Mr. Be Quick himself, cheering in the Be Quick pits. Taking the win, Daniel Bilski, Be Quick Racing Team, number 1. 57 coming in with Saran, Racing Spirit. And also third would be another Be Quick from Sandy Stuvik. Nice to see a shot right here from Johor Motorsports, where the Prince Abdul Rahman will be coming in first for TA2 class. Congratulations to the Prince. And also Gregory Bennett coming in to solidify second on the podium for AF Racing, Amera Fragrance. And also third coming in for AF Racing would be Sam Yunal Mas. So that's a double whammy for AF Racing. GTM. If this keeps on going, Munkong Satien Tirakun would most likely come in. There we go. For first as GTM winner. And second, most likely will be Sutilak Buncharan for True Vision Motorsports, number 78. While Arrows from Adrian Henry de Silva most likely will be placing third for GTM class. Right now, the race is over, and these are the highlights. I hope you enjoy the race for today. I'll be headed over to the podium to announce the wins in the podium standing. Isler Tsiribunmi signing off. See you next time in Buriram for TSS 2019.